Hi, creative friends. This is Freya, and thank you so much for being here. So, before I dive into this portrait over here, I just wanted to point out that I went back and I listened to some of my videos that I had gotten a couple of comments about how they couldn't hear the sound. And I have no problem hearing the video, so I really don't know what's going on. Whether I'm listening to it on my computer, my laptop, or my iPhone, I don't seem to be having any difficulty. So I don't know what the issue is, but I am using a microphone and it's a very good one. Now, the clip did break, so I'm kind of rigging it. I don't have it clipped onto my shirt, but I really don't know, you guys. The only thing I can suggest is perhaps listen to it on like another device, because maybe there's something wrong with the device, because I am not having any problem hearing the video. Now, I will try to talk louder. I will try my very best to, just speak a little bit more clearly and, raise the sound of my voice. Anyways, so basically, I have now, you know, done my first few layers of this value study, and I'm really happy with it, actually. There's a lot of nuance that's going on, and what I did is I mixed, so basically, let me just say, I'm using only 3 colors. I'm using my King's Gold, which is a very, very cheap paint. It's Apple Barrel in matte. Just so you know, you guys, whenever I buy these cheap paints, or really any paints, I always go for the matte. Now, when you're using artist quality paints, they're really high quality, but for the cheaper paints, like, I don't go for the glossy, translucent, outdoors, whatever. I only use the matte. But that's just me. It's a personal preference. And then the other color I'm using is ink. And that's my Waverly chalk paint, and then I'm using titanium white. But what I'm doing is I just mixed a little bit of the King's Gold with my ink, and then I mixed another little spot here with I dropped the titanium white. So I am getting like a greenish undertone, which I'm really loving. So for your first few layers, if you're going to be using your value study, like what I'm doing right here, I would just stick with the solid colors. Like, I wouldn't do any color mixing. So for the first layer, I started off working dark to light. So I just started off with the ink, and then I started adding some of this King's Gold, but I didn't mix them. I made sure to keep it very separate. And then once it got a few layers in, then I started mixing the colors. Like in the beginning, I just want to keep things kind of simple. I don't want to mix things. But look at that. That's really, really beautiful. So now I'm just going to hone in on the eyes here. And so I'm going to start bringing in some different values. And do you see how, like, you just build up so much depth? And let's just kind of go like so. And now it is going to be a little bit difficult because I'm only using such limited colors. So the eyes are going to be a little tricky here, but I'm just going to do my best. And working in this way, you guys, what it really teaches me is that there are so many different values that go into depicting something. Like, just say the whites of the eyes. they are not white at all. They really aren't. There's so many different values. And when you're focused on just a very limited color palette and you're not distracted by color, it really forces you to kind of look at the values. And what I'm realizing is that, you know, like there are so many different values here. It's incredible. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work a little bit on the nose here. So you guys, if you work like this, I promise you, you are going to get so good at color, at value, at, you know, strengthening your visual language, at seeing and then translating values. And that is going to carry over into anything you do. You know, even if you're doing art journaling in an abstract way, like you just can't go wrong. It's gonna improve everything. Because what it really does, if I had to break it down into just the simplest terms, is working in this way helps you see. It helps you really see things clearly, and then learn how to take that seeing and translate it onto your page. And now I'm getting a little bit more adventurous with my colors. So because I have such a limited range here, I'm not going for like anything like realistic. I'm not, because I can't, like, you know, I'm adding gray to the lips. But it's, you know, it's very telling. And I'm gonna darken the gray a little bit. Not too dark, but... So do you see how the eye just fills in the gaps here? Because, I mean, obviously, you know, lips are not gray, but when I look at that, I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, those are lips. Like, you're not going to argue with, you know, like your mind is going to fill in the blanks. And let me see here. Now, I do have a tendency, you guys, to overwork things, which I don't want to do that. I don't want to overwork my value sketch here. I want to keep things kind of loose. But, you know, I still want it to have, like, depth. Now, I am really craving to use some color, but I'm not going to. And now I feel like I could take a like my marker here, and I could like refine the, you know, the eyes a bit and just kind of tighten things up. And let me see here. The hairline over there is not correct. It needs to go up a little bit higher. So anyways, you guys, this morning let me see, I'm gonna post this video tomorrow. So yesterday morning, if you go to my shorts, I did one like a quick value sketch of a still life. And you know, if you take a look at it, like, it doesn't have to be anything super complicated. Just like work really fast and set up a still life or work from a, you know, a book, like a painting of a still life. And, you know, just work really quick, and you will see how you will improve your ability to translate, like see the values and then translate them. So I'm just going to add some eyebrows here. And okay, you guys, I think that this is done. And as you can see, it's just a very basic value map, if you will, using a very limited color palette. But once this dries, I can go in and I can build up on this. I can start using colors. I can add collage. I can add all sorts of things, text. You know, I can write on top of it. I can just, you know, go in with a lot of mixed media stuff. But this is just giving me a good, solid foundation of my values. And doing this is just such a great learning experience. So I hope you guys try it out, and just use a very limited color palette. I took a, I think Connie a few years ago, she was offering like a year-long free color class. And every, I can't remember exactly how she had it set up, but like every month she would have like a very limited color palette that we would use. And I got so stuck on the Prussian blue, carbon black, and titanium white. I got so stuck on it that I didn't even move on to the next color lesson, because I just kept on using it in different ways. And I love that. For me, that's just such a moody, beautiful color palette. So yeah, you guys, there's just no limit to how much you can learn working in this way. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.